What's going on? What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Vette Green coming to you once again on this Think and Grow
Man, I can't come down, it's
podcast.
only up from here. I can't shake this high off, yeah, I know it's real. When I'm seeing tongue, people tell me what's the deal. Man, I'm feeling like David when I do my dance. I'm fading in the spirit, my vision kinda blurry. I'm feeling kinda woozy, I'm fading in the spirit, my vision kinda blurry. I'm feeling kinda woozy, yeah. Come on, Jesus Christ, tell me what's the deal. I'm feeling kinda dizzy, and ain't pop the pill. I'm high on cloud nine, and I'm feeling fine. And ain't the only one who want it, no crocodile.
What's going on? What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Vette Green coming to you once again on this Think and Grow podcast. We are home with the Evening Rush family today. What's going on with you, bro? What's going on with you over there?
Man, doing good. Good day today. Good day today. Hanging in there. You know, make it do what it do. This your boy, the Joker, the Overlook MC, the co-host of the Underground Lounge, premiering this Friday on the 14th with my homeboy Ekum and my co-host DJ Larry Loud. Yeah,
Ooh, I'm so excited about the show. Man,
yeah,
that's just like two hip hop legends up there.
yeah,
Two
yeah,
two Buffalo legends up there. That's gonna be so fire.
yeah. Okay, we could definitely gonna have some things popping. Everything's going on. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Do what it do. No
Oh,
doubt.
we got part of the 1,000 Mile Tour. What's going on, y'all?
What's going
Thank you
on?
so much for joining us.
Awesome.
Can y'all hear? Just barely.
You real low.
Okay, that's gonna be cool. So for those of you who are watching who are not familiar with the 1,000 Mile Tour, there were a group of hip hop artists, DJ Apollo, Danger the Boss. There were a bunch of music artists from Buffalo, New York that came together and went on this 1,000 Mile Tour. We're going to be interviewing them right here on the Evening Rush Network April 25th. But today we have a couple of them with us. We have Mark Lee and we have DJ Apollo joining us, who will just dive a little bit into, what the 1,000 Mile Tour was and what we have to look forward to. This is one huge interview, the Joker, that I'm looking forward to us doing on April 25th. It's going to be interesting getting everyone's perspective because everyone got a different perspective based on what it is. And me and DJ Apollo had the chance to speak for a little while up in the 716 Live studios, and you were so awesome and just so engaging. So I appreciate you for doing that. And if you guys can, go ahead and let the listeners of Think and Grow with Vette Green know who you are, where you're coming from, and tell us a little bit about the 1,000 Mile Tour.
Wanna go first?
Can you guys hear us?
You guys hear us good now?
Yep.
Is a little better? Okay.
Good,
All
good,
right.
good. So we're here at Upright Studios. But my name is Mark Lee, artist out of Buffalo, New York, born and raised. The 1,000 Mile Tour was just a vision, basically, just of being able to do something massive for not just myself, but for other creators, artists that want that, it's one of those things that, it's when it's bigger than you,
Mm-hmm.
and you go to a different place and you bring that type of crowd, type of crew with you, it just, it's going to turn out where obviously you learn and grow from, because it's outside the city, it's outside your comfort zone. And to do 1,000 miles, no one was really doing that. And I was thinking outside the box. And I was like, let's just get out. Let's just really get out of here. Let's live like kings, like let's stay in a nice space, like let's have a good time down there. Let's enjoy each other, but let's market, let's push, let's connect, let's do what we got to do. But I believed in the crew we had. That's really what it came down to. I just, everybody that we kind of like discussed, like the artists, it was all because they were all hard workers, all were making noise in the city. Like, so it was just more of a vision that was bigger than myself, and to bring people together and to just do it, off the strength of music, and to push our sound elsewhere outside of Buffalo. So that's really all it came. That's really what kind of what that's what it was about, mainly, just that right there. So.
And me, I'm DJ Apollo.
What's up,
And
DJ Apollo?
what's going on? What's going on? One time shout out to Think and Grow podcast, because for real, I love that name. I was instantly attracted to that name because, like, yo, think and grow. I love that concept. I love the idea of that. It's a beautiful thing.
Thank you so much, DJ Apollo.
Shout out to Joker. I see you, man.
Shout out to Joker. Man.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for them, the Joker?
Oh man, you know me. I always got something on my sleeve. I know a little bit. I know a little bit about these brothers, man. I've been networking and work with these brothers off and on. Before the pandemic hit, we had a big show we had planned before the pandemic hit that I didn't get a chance to come home to do that. But I'm pretty sure in the future we'll probably do something real big and everything. But ever since the pandemic, how you guys feel about the digital world? Is it more effective for you guys? Is it more easier for you guys, or the grind a little more harder since the pandemic?
Shit, for me, I'm a techie dude. So for me, it's kind of like it's a new challenge. It's kind of like, in a way you got to find a way to level up. Because like the way that technology is moving right now, you have to keep up with it because it's gonna keep interchanging. It's gonna keep so like with the pandemic, it kind of to me it was kind of cool to see everything go video from home or video from your phone. Like the way that things are now, it was kind of cool to see that step up. But at the same time, it's hindrance because you gotta learn it too. It's a lot of doing a little bit more extra things because things change. I mean. Look at it 20 years ago. People were selling cassettes and records and CDs. And now look at it. It's the whole entire way that we distribute music is completely different now. So it's like, I think it's cool, but at the same time, it's a challenge. So you got to be up for the challenge. And, obviously everybody in this room definitely rose to the occasion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How was it? And I don't want to give too much away or talk too deeply in it because I'm really excited about having you all together and just to talk about your experiences. But what was it like for the two of you? Because this was the first time something like this was done in Buffalo, correct? Where there were a group, that large amount of artists coming together for one cause, and that was to get some traction, to get the names out there and to gain some experience. So what was that like for both of you? Just gaining that experience and just being able to grasp that opportunity.
He said it best. One experience, I had a lot of experiences, overall, just within each individual artist, with myself, and I'm just a person. I do this for the love of music. But again, we had a conversation and we were sitting down at the poolside, and he was like, you know what? He's like, we're living now, man. This is what we call living, and it really 100% felt that way. As a person that has been pushing music, doing own showcases locally, doing community service events, your work pays off more. I feel like when you do leave those four walls, when you do explore and push outside of your comfort zone, and that's what that was. And I felt like for once I could say in my life that I'm glad that I got to experience that, and I did feel like I was actually living my life, for once. And I wanted more of that, and I think that all of us actually came home and wanted more of that. And that was the beauty of that trip, is that we all had our own, experience, but we all took away from it something and ran with it to maximize our future, and that's what it's about. It's about, the ones that are serious are going to level up. The ones that really want this and are hungry are going to figure out ways to work with the right people, to have management behind them, to do things that they never did before, to step outside their comfort zone, to invest into their future. And that's what the intention was. So like he said, I had some of the greatest conversations on that trip. And he told me, a lot of people would knock it. A lot of people knock the trip of bringing so many people down. Like I was hearing a lot of negative, but I was like, it's okay. We're gonna learn and grow from it.
Innovative, very innovative.
Yeah. And I appreciate that. It's team effort. So
I'm gonna stay on that topic, team effort. And this goes out to every artist in Buffalo and every city out there. We can come together and go on tour and make this happen. We had 16 people, artists, especially in Buffalo. You can come together and put something special together if y'all work together. Like
Mhm.
honestly, and one of the things that I think I might have heard you say this, or maybe Spill said it. We out here to show y'all that this is possible. Like it is possible and it can happen, and it has happened now. So it's like, man, I can't wait for the next one. First of all, second of all, like it's the feeling that we got when we were out there, just knowing that like a lot of the city was watching, and then like coming back, because I don't know about you, but like I came back. I said I went to a couple of my old parties on the west side and stuff, and I felt famous. People were congratulating me for coming off tour. I'm like, yo, what?
That was. I followed Danger the Boss, and I didn't realize how big it was, honestly, until I was speaking to you, DJ Apollo. I didn't know that there were that many artists involved. So as he was, because I like to support. I like to support people who support me, and I especially like to support those people who I see are really out there grinding. So when I moved back to Buffalo from Chicago, I kept seeing him post that. So I'm posting it, and it seemed like there were so many different venues you all were going to. So talk to us about some of the most exciting venues that you during this tour that you were able to see, or even a place that you had not been before that you were able to see for the very first time.
Well, we made it look good. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe we made it look good, but I
don't know. Like,
well, first thing, we went during hurricane season. That's one thing that I would change. We went down to Florida in hurricane season. When I found out, my one friend was like, "Yo, bro," he's like, it was like a month and a half, 2 months away. He's like, "Bro, you're going down to hurricane season, right?" I'm like, "Oh my god!"
And they got hit like a week after we got back.
They got hit there. That storm that came to Florida was a week after that when we left, when we came back, but even so, there was still tropical storms in Tampa that which affected our outcome of people that naturally would have came out. So, but it was so that was only a negative I could say that happened. So if you're an artist, don't go down to Florida during September, the first September. Don't do that. But
I mean, definitely August, September.
Yeah.
I feel like, man, when I think about like the shows that were like, the venues that were cool, I gotta go to Orlando, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
Orlando was something crazy because they got a whole like the scene down there is a little bit different, and it's like it's kind of like the people in Orlando are like super creative. I met some real cool people down there when I was down there. Shout out to DJ Red Tables. But like when we went there, man, it was almost like you were walking into like Halloween.
Yeah.
Like everybody had these crazy outfits on,
leather jackets, like Blade actually like Blade characters.
What in the summertime?
I don't know.
It seemed like everybody there was like a character. Then we went into the venue, and it was cool because it was like a bunch of like anime like drawings on the wall.
It's a comic book,
like,
it's like a comic book, like type of theme.
Yeah. And so I think that was like Orlando had to be like, Orlando was one for me. Then some of
the Geek Easy, it was dope.
Yeah, the Geek Easy was dope, definitely dope. And man, Orlando is a crazy place.
Where would you like to go that you had not gone to last year during the tour? Is there a place that you would like to go?
I would have want to performed in Miami. We did a podcast in Miami, but we didn't get to perform in Miami. And I think that's the one that I'd be like, man, if we got a show in Miami, that would be crazy.
We want to do an outdoor like setup. That was the initial thing. We actually want to do an outdoor setup, just a DJ, no band, and just kick it with the audience, the street performers. There's ways to do that. But again, we went during the hurricane season, so that was not even a thing. But I mean, that I agree. I think Miami would have been a nice spot to go, and especially with the crew we had going and down in numbers like that. It's big. You represent Buffalo. Also, another thing is the Buffalo Bills game was the next week in Miami. Again, that was in hurricane season. So I would have naturally. It's weird how things work. You live, you live and you learn. But like, there's certain things that you gotta. Do your research, because if you would have touched down, if it was outside hurricane season, if you would have touched down in Miami, it would have been because it would have been a hit. It would have been good. But that's not here. I mean, so yeah, Miami, I would say will be a spot that I would have enjoyed as well to perform at. Yeah, outdoor, a little show, but.
Well, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break. I'm having some technical difficulties with my internet and display here, so just give me a couple minutes, and I will be right back. The Joker, Don, you guys hold it down for me for a minute. I'll be right back, yeah.
All right, sounds good.
No doubt. It's your boy the Joker, the Overlook MC. Y'all know me.
Yes, sir, man.
Y'all know me.
I've been outside looking in for a long time, seeing y'all do your thing, man, and y'all see me doing my thing and all that. So last year I seen a little bit about it because at that time I was doing a lot of shows out here in Albuquerque at times. So I couldn't really have a chance to support it like I wanted to, but when I did, I got a chance. I did, and I'm out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, so I'm on the Southwest. Shout out to the 14 miles that came to the Southwest out here. Did y'all plan on want to come out here to the Southwest and do any shows?
Man, oh man, yes, yeah. Honestly, I was supposed to be in that area probably about a month ago. I was trying to go out there with 14 Mafia to do the South by Southwest event, but things didn't work out. Had a couple things happen at work. I had to get things situated and stuff like that. But yeah. South by Southwest was supposed to be the move, but I would love to be out there in New Mexico, anywhere, man. Because I got cousins in Dallas too, so like I'd love to be anywhere in that kind of region. That's a cool spot right there.
No doubt. So what? So far as this 1,000-mile tour, is y'all plan on doing things for the summer? What y'all got going on for the summer? Now y'all ready for the 716 Music Awards, of course.
Mm-hmm.
This year,
yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure y'all guys gonna be nominated. I'm pretty sure Mark Lee gonna be nominated this year. He should have been last year.
No, yeah, I don't.
He should have been last year. Just keep it 100. But I believe you're going to be nominated this year. Because I put my votes in. I put my voice in to support you guys all the time and seeing the work of what's going on. Be on the media side of it, of things, of also being an artist. But what plans y'all got going on for the summer besides the 716 Music Awards?
Else I do
well, for me, I'm heading outside of the. I'm starting to set up a couple of things I'm trying to do here. Well, one thing I'm hitting outside. I'm going to Cleveland, doing Cleveland and either 2 spots in Cleveland, with Spills and Danger the Boss. I don't know exactly who I'm bringing out, but it's gonna be kind of like not as as many people. Probably me, Danger, myself. Probably bring a DJ down and can't keep it simple. We're gonna hit up Cleveland and probably like Cincinnati. We're gonna hit 2 different cities, and then the following month, I'm gonna be on vacation for my family, so I'm gonna be doing some work out in the Philippines. So I actually have a showcase set up out there with a band. I'm gonna be performing out there in the Philippines with some people, and I'm gonna do some videography out there as well. Make it like a couple of day business trip, and then do some performances and just get a different taste. Do something different. So other than that, I mean, my goal also is to I'm trying to do a festival for the people by mid in the summer. So that's kind of on hold right now, but I'll have more details for that. And then silent disco for Halloween. So that's we're doing something at the Showplace Theater.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to do not just only perform outside of here, but do some bigger shows for the people and bringing people together.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to do something out there for Halloween. I know a lot of things be popping off in Buffalo around that time, around Halloween, because a lot of the colleges go to the haunted house thing that they do every year and all that. Since y'all in Buffalo, how y'all feel about the marketplace as it's growing? How you feel about the marketplace of the city of Buffalo right now? You guys are there. I'm not there. I'm outside looking in. I could tell you all about it outside of me being away from Buffalo, but how is with the marketplace in Buffalo for like independent artists, far as the fan base, as far as the energy, you know what I mean? And you could be honest.
That's a good question, bro.
No, I love this question. I personally love this question because as a DJ, you kind of get the chance to work with a lot of different artists. Like I work with Mark Lee, everybody that was affiliated with Thousand Mile Tour, but I also have other artists I work with on the side too, like say like Hefe Boss Up. We got Aiden P. La Ape. I work with him on the side, and there's another artist like the name of King Baines. He does a lot of work with Darnell at SC Global. Shout out to SC Global, Street Certified. Yo, they got
Global.
Yo, they got something special brewing up over there, man. That man Darnell is working over there, man. Big shout out to him. And it's cool to see, like, cause I'm kind of like, I've been around in the scene long enough where it's like, you know, I've been there for like the stamp shows and everybody that was kind of in the beginning of it. These past like 5 years and stuff, I've either been DJing or performing myself. So it's like, it's cool to see not only these artists grow, but the scene itself like blossom, all the things around it. Like even like when you go, all the different types of clothing lines that are coming out now, all the different types of podcasts. Shout out to both of y'all, and live shows that are coming out, all the different types of just like everything. These performers, man, the instrumentalists, and you know the instrument players, man, they're on the rise. I'm seeing these people get these crazy gigs, man. I got a friend that just did Jodeci. I have a friend that's wow, you know, touring with Lizzo right now. So it's just like, it's crazy, like seeing like the growth of just everything together. Like as like it's crazy. It
shows you it's possible. You know, it also attainable. Don't short yourself. So you know, I think that's the goal. Like is to constantly work with like-minded people, constant pushers, people that want the same exact thing. You know, everyone brings something different to the table, and that's the thing, you know, about it. It's like, you know, I've learned so much from Jose. You know, he's gonna learn something from me. We're gonna bring it, you know, bring it to the, you know, the future of how we present it to the world. But like, it's just about feeding off of each other. Really, it's about feeding off of each other. You know, advancing, growing, learning, and pushing forward. I mean. But it shows you again that everything is so attainable. You know, it's the world is yours, and that's exactly what it comes down to. You know, if you feel like you need to be, you know, if you feel like there needs to be change in the city, I'm a firm believer in being that change. Like anything you may see that you feel like does not sound right, it's not right, be the change. And I again, like having seized control of your own, like you know, when you do your own venues and having your own stuff, it makes a difference. You know, not just one person eats, you know, everybody eats. You know, it's as an artist, it makes you feel appreciated when you go to a show where you get to rock out on the stage in front of a crowd. Obviously, you probably working for years, and you get to rock out in front of a show, and you don't lose $300, but you walk away with $150, $200. That's what we should be striving for as artists. You know, because we invest so much money into our craft every day, and we like take our, you know, us, you know, away from my family, my daughters, and leaving them. You know, the tour was cool. You know, I got married 3 weeks before that, and I was on tour. And I know my wife wasn't really happy with that part, but I had to invest into my dreams and my time. I'm always just, the time was now. The time is now. Whatever it is you feel like you need to do, it's you get up in the morning and go for it. I mean, that's just what it comes down to, and you know, and leave it into God's hands for everything else to happen. And you know, we worry and stress about this stuff in life and all this, but more the music is that, like, you think bigger than yourself. You think about the next person. And I think that's how we really truly blossom. If you know, get rid of that ego at the door, that selfishness.
That's right.
The greatest scale of things, and that's how you win. That's how we win. So
that's
a fact.
So how are y'all booking your shows? You know what I'm saying? From Sean Dawn, got a question right there. How are y'all booking your shows? What's the format?
I mean, as far as being as a DJ, I normally get booked. So people are hitting me up to try to book me. But as far as like, you know, like getting my shows, like when I'm doing performance mode, I mean, a lot of them come from, shout out to For the Music Productions and Greg Bird over there. He does a lot of great things out here. Aside from that, like basically, it comes from a lot of people that I'm affiliated with too, like all the artists that I'm affiliated with too. Like, man, there's tons of people. Like I shouted out a couple, but man, like there's so many, man. Shout out to Rough Buff Entertainment, Don Dada, and boys over there too. Like, dude, there's opportunity everywhere now. That's what's cool is like, man, the plants are growing. Like everybody's putting together shows now. It went from everybody trying to get booked for shows to people putting together their own shows now. And it's like then they'll ask you to be a part of it, man. Like shit, OOTO Entertainment. Shout out to Diggy Mac, another one. He just asked me to be on the show last week. So it's like it kind of like we're building a network together as we're all kind of growing, and at the end of the day, it helps us all out because they're gonna need artists for their shows that they put together too, and they need people that are gonna be able to consistently sell tickets. So why not reach out to the people that you've been doing it alongside for years? You know.
You said so much in that, so much. What's sticking out to me the most is the team effort. Everybody working together, the unity with everybody working together, because you can see a difference when people are working together for the same cause or and you're like-minded. The beauty of what happens in that is 1,000-mile tour, and the artists that were a part of that were so happy about the experience. And I know that there was probably some, tension at times, because that's a lot of energy and egos. But I feel as though the experience, when you look back at it, does it feel that the experience was worth everything, even the ups and downs that you went through? Do you feel as if the experience was worth it?
100%. Yeah. And we all still keep in contact. We all do.
No, I don't know about that one, but I just be to some extension, yes. No,
for the most part.
It was. I wouldn't change it. The world. You learn. If you have the right mentality, regardless of the situation, trust your process. And then from there, you grow from those experiences. And keep investing into yourselves. And if anything, if you really want it, you level up. It's And I like that. I think a lot of us came back. I know for a fact, everybody that came back home was a better artist, was a better artist, a better person. I mean, that's what matters. So, everything else is secondary.
Gain that experience.
Why is it? Yeah. Why is it so important to gain experience outside of the norm?
Because you're gonna run into those times when you go to Florida in the middle of hurricane season, and you ain't gonna know that until you experience it. I had this one master engineer that was at BlackRock EPS. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Hall family. He told me, he goes, there's been a study that's been done in multiple colleges that you could learn more from failing and from the mistakes that you make than you can being taught something. Like it's been proven. The study has already been proven. So go do it, make it happen, make those mistakes, and then the second time that you do it, it's going to be a little bit better. And that's anything in life, though. You know what I mean? You gotta experience something to have knowledge of it, in a sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
And I agree. And to like even to go elaborate too. It's like it's again, it's a complacent thing. I think on many levels it makes because these my guys. A great DJ, great person, obviously, good for everything, So, but I think beyond myself and beyond us, I think again, it's to lead by example. It's to go for it, right? It's to show people that we can come together and make this happen, and we all, again. And I think that there's a lot of things that come from that because it's the hustle before people don't know the work you put in to make something happen, right? Everyone just might they just see the outcome or they see you together. They might not even really tune in until that's the point or afterwards, But that none of that matters. The fact that you actually do it is the most important thing compared to just staying here and being okay with the same old, So I don't know. It's just I don't know exactly what's coming out of that. I just again it was just I knew I was going with just like other artists that kind of wanted the same exact thing, and it just kept getting bigger. And again, I've been working with musicians too. So my goal was to because when you book these venues, see, I'm starting to get into this business a little bit more. But like a lot of these places don't book you if you're just hip hop. Now, especially if you're going to a city that never had you before or don't know who you are. So my thing is that's the reason why not only I wanted the musicians, I've been working with them for so long, but I knew that it would give them a different feel, a different vibe, and we can go back to those places and get booked anytime you want. That's the good thing about it is that when you go to these venues, make a good impression. It's all about relationships as well. Establish these relationships, have them. You should have them. In your phone. All this it should be there. So when you do go back next time, it's bigger than it was before because especially a sound like Buffalo, we have such a great sound to us. It's not, and we take a lot of the artists that we were with. I was so confident with in the sense that we were gonna give our all, and it was just like that. Everyone that performed gave their all. We already meshed together so well because we've been performing in Buffalo for so long, but I think it's more so to show people to step out your comfort zone, to invest into your future, and to understand that, like, as artists, it's tough just to be in Buffalo. You get like it's depressing sometimes, for a lot of us, because you feel like you're competing against your brother, but that's not the case. You should be building with your brother, but that's what those walls would do to you mentally, is think that you're competing with your brothers, and you think that you got to outmatch your brothers, but you got to outmatch yourself at the end of the day. You got to invest into yourself at the end of the day, and expand and push yourself, and think that, understand that we all have our own process, but like, again, when you come together and you build as numbers, it's a whole different look, and I think people actually respect it more than just one person. I don't want to experience this by myself. I wouldn't want to just go down to Florida. I could have been booked it for myself and saved and all this money and all this, but that's not that's not it. Like, the experience it with people that are again been doing this in heavy in Buffalo. Everybody has their own sound, own place, own like everything. All remarkable artists, and also musicians as well. We took people from age 20 years old to 36 years old, 37 years old, and all from all lining in between those ages. And again, as a 35-year-old man, it's never too late. Don't ever tell somebody. People always tell you, "Oh, it's too late to do something like that." You can't go out there and start pushing and traveling, and you should be like, so it was just that it felt good, I tell you, to finally do that, and to just see everybody else take it and run with it, so it's many levels that I feel like there's many things that come out of that, really positive things that come out of that, when you do something like that, and you invest into like a place outside of Buffalo, and you open up your network, and if your marketing skills are on point, you learn to like spread your brand, take pictures with the people. You had that for a lifetime. Now you can say you touched down these other places. You had those that and people know who you are. People really are paying attention. We are tapped into some people that we never would be tapped into in Tampa Bay or Orlando or in Atlanta, and also the challenge that comes out of that. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna hold this up, but like, it's if you're an artist, you learn from it. Like, when I went to the show, I ain't gonna lie, I did a lot of the booking, and it was tough. I never really experienced this before, so it was really tough. But we went to a strip club, and I had no strip club music. I was like, what am I going to perform?
But you got that experience.
I got that experience. Went back home to the drawing board and says, let's have a couple of club bangers. Why not? I'm an artist. I love music. I love different forms of music. I like things that are different. I don't want to limit myself just to one type of sound. So my goal is to have my music across the board. It's already been played in, kids' parties and to barbecues, to like whatever fights and all this other stuff, but I never played in this strip club. But now it's played in this strip club from that one experience that I had in the music. I'm not performing no serious. They didn't know what it was. When you live and you learn, you grow. Like you said, you grow. You keep it moving. So
And one time,
I saw you shaking your head. Go ahead.
This dude definitely needs like, the man with the plan right here. Because this
You're
dude
the man
really
with
like,
the plan, Markley.
That's what you call
he
it.
ain't gonna take credit for it. But the thing is, man, the way it works is like is crazy. Sometimes I just be sitting back and watching, like, this dude just makes moves. Like, I seen it like even after the tour, like when this year started, this dude already had 2 music videos already lined up before the year started. It's like, yep, I'm dropping these as soon as 2023 hits. Boom, boom. Then drops another one right after that. Like, the plan and execution of this man right here. It's the execution, like to make.
Is that your grind?
Yeah, you could sit in a room with a bunch of people and come up with these cool plans, but to have people around you that's gonna believe in you and that's gonna execute and that's gonna do those types of things, man. It's important. That company you keep.
I know it.
And one thing about this is one important thing. And my shout out to Uprise. We're at Uprise Studios now. Roger once told me this. He said,
Roger, shout out to Roger.
Half the battle is people showing up, right? Half the time for this type of because we got to stop feeling entitled to how people are expressing themselves, or like we can't control that, right? But I noticed that as time goes, I'm learning obviously, but it's when people show up for me, that's half the battle right there. So if you can do that as an artist, and you attempt to do that, that's going to carry a long way for you. And that also goes with the attitude you have, and that goes a long way. And as I guess learning and growing as an individual, as a person, to continue to build good relationships and stuff like that, and then to be in position to say you can be the person that they call up and say, yo, he's reliable, call him up. To be talked about in other rooms and stuff like that is your name, is your business. You're the walking business. So it's a lot of things beyond the music that I'm learning, and just I want to continue to pass that forward. And
and I'm ready to a commercial break real quick to let them know what the commercial break is about. Vette Green.
Yeah. So if you are interested in hosting a podcast, make sure you check out the Evening Rush Network. If you are an independent artist and you want to get seen or learn more marketing, make sure you check out the Evening Rush entertainment side. Listen, the Evening Rush got a whole lot going on. They have the radio, they have the industry music, and they have the podcast side. So if you are interested, make sure you hit up the Evening Rush. And I am about to figure out what is going on with this computer of mine today. So we'll be right back.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Chrissy, here to let you know that the Evening Rush Network now has an app. Yes, an app, you guys, so you can stay connected on the go and watch all your favorite podcast shows. You can download the app at Google Play Store or Apple iTunes. So spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, if you're looking to start a podcast and really don't know how, well, hit us up at the Evening Rush Network at gmail.com and inquire about time slots, pricings, and everything you may need to get started. We got you. Join the winning team, the Evening Rush Network. And also, download that app. What are you waiting for? Get to it.
You don't know. So.
So great.
Yeah, no doubt. We back in full effect right here on the second half of the 1,000-mile tour. DJ Apollo and my boy Mark Lee. I have a question for you guys. You know what I mean? Y'all been following me for a long time. I've been teaching music marketing for about 6 years straight. After all my pop-ups that I do, the free game, what's the main thing that pop out to y'all listening to me live on music marketing? What struck y'all the most out of all my free games that I've been given on music marketing?
For you, I have to say the power of investing in marketing and making sure that not only the marketing doesn't reach just Buffalo, but find other networks and other ways to get it out away, from other places too. I think just investing into your marketing, and because I've tuned in quite a few times to your shows and stuff, and man, I've seen a lot of the good things that you've been doing around the town and stuff, and you've helped me out because I remember you helped promote the Latin night that we had at Town Ballroom and stuff like that. So, finding ways to find good people to network with and to invest in marketing itself, whether it be through social media platforms or whatever other outlets that you could do. I think that one was really the big one for me.
Yeah, I agree. The investment every year, you've always elevated, right? Think about compared to 2-3 years ago, where you are now, and being, nominated and stuff like that, and being in the outside of the city. You don't gotta be inside Buffalo to make it happen. Like, it just shows you that with the internet and all this, like these our network and stuff, it's beyond the city. So like that investment part is important, and with us, we have a good relationship. I think every time, even though it's not a lot of times that we, spoken, but whenever we do speak, we always, you always help me a way of giving me the right guidance on ways to handle things and make things easier on yourself, because sometimes only a click away, a little knowledge away from maybe claiming something that you might not have had for 5 years, or maybe that little investment could turn into to that break, and that's what we got to understand in this. It's like, and then again, like he said, and you both said this too, it's a different world now. It's not the same thing as it was 5-6 years ago. So you have to almost go with the times as they change and understand, like, you got to kind of like take something with that, and you got to like learn and learn how to like capitalize off of the proper marketing, and there's a lot of things that you even told me that I might not have realized even as an artist that's important as artists to do. And, obviously that comes with the investment. But like you said, I feel like there's so much opportunity, that lies ahead, and when you have the proper knowledge, it just makes things much easier and you know, you know, you don't have to go about and say yes to everything. You don't have to go and invest your money way up and pay all this outrageous money just to look good. Think about the future. You know, the future is important. Like again, every year you elevated, every year you got something, you added something to your podcast. Every year you got somebody, you know, working with you, around you, and that's what we. That's walking by example. So that's what I've learned from you, is that you really invest and you actually care about the culture. You know, you're not one of those people that just, you know, talk, and you actually research, you actually do your research. You have knowledge that a lot of people don't have, and you've been doing it for a long time. So, you know, you care about it, and you care about the, you know, think about this. A lot of people hold on to those, that, like, you know, that knowledge, and they want it for themselves, but you really, truly, consistently give that every time, you know, 4 or 5 times a week. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't just give it, air it out to everybody, you know, so that separates you from everybody else.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Because I know y'all pay attention, you know, especially you,
Oh
Mark.
yeah,
You always come in
we
and let
have
know that
to.
you're there. And you know, and DJ Apollo too. Like I said, I help market the movement of what's going on. Me being way moved to Indianapolis, then I moved to
Yeah.
Albuquerque on the other side of the country, and I'm still in the marketplace of Buffalo. The reason for that is, number one, I'm from Buffalo. Number two is me on the outside looking in. I'm connected with a lot of people in the industry. A lot of my mentors is in the game, that's actually working for big major $1 million companies, that work for Diddy, that work for the billionaire Jay Z. I have mentors around, that hits me up to keep me on point. What I need to be doing as an artist, as a marketing manager, marketing coach, marketing teacher. I'm also a music manager. You know, I'm doing that for 20 years. So getting keeping them on my toes, I try to keep the artists of Buffalo on their toes, or any artists outside of Buffalo that's listening. When I'm speaking to my city, because we number one on the totem pole, for the industry. And I heard these from people that's behind the scenes in the industry tell me personally on Zoom meetings, like in acting, models, music producers, DJs, Buffalo's number one on the curtain pole. Um, Number two on the list right now is Cleveland. So it's funny how things is happening in Cleveland,
Hmm.
Yeah,
and
Hmm.
Cleveland being number
yeah.
two. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? List. So so that's when I come on live on Facebook, that's for my Buffalo people. And even though I have people from Atlanta, people from Charlotte, Chicago, Albuquerque, Indianapolis tuned in too, you know, they can grab onto it and get their city popping. But right now, the industry, mainstream, the machine is looking at Buffalo right now. That's why a lot of
Yeah.
movies getting filmed in Buffalo right now.
Yep.
A lot of podcasts is definitely getting recognized. Artists getting recognized. It's a lot of
Brands.
movies stuff on Netflix,
Yeah.
Hulu, Tebow that's looking for artists from Buffalo to be on soundtracks as we speak.
People are moving back here also,
Yeah,
moving back to Buffalo.
a lot of people that
For
live in Atlanta moving back. You know what I mean? And that's
Mhm.
Black Hollywood. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
What?
So
Let me ask y'all this. What do you see in lines for Buffalo in the next 5 years as far as the arts in general? This includes music, this includes actual artist work. What do you see your vision for Buffalo in the next 5 years? And any of you, you too, the Joker, you can answer that as well because you are in the business. So what do you see based on the changes that you've seen since you began? And what it looks like right now.
I'll let you guys, you're on the inside. I'll let the inside answer first, then I'll let the outside. Not
Uh, I mean, it starts with one thing: is growth. Just because of how much we've grown in the past 5 years, I think it's gonna grow more rapidly now. And seeing how things that especially movies and stuff like that that have been coming to Buffalo, bringing more business to Buffalo, I see a lot more freelancers. I think there's going to be a lot more freelance actors, actresses, people that jump behind cameras, people that do PA work, because I'm seeing it firsthand. I did a program at Buffalo Filmworks through Villa College where I got to be a productions assistant. I got to work as on-set grips, and it's like they're sitting there telling me over there like, hey, there's a lot more movies that's coming here, and we're opening these classes because they're going to be in demand of more people here because the way that the film industry works is it's like picture this: if you are a film industry, if you're like say like a Paramount or a Miramax out in LA, you're stationed in LA, but you're shooting a movie in Buffalo. What would you rather do? Fly out people from LA, pay for their plane, pay for their stay, pay for all that stuff, or book within the city that you're operating
in? Yeah, book within the city that I'm operating.
And they have, people like Buffalo Filmworks have those stages now that are like, they're massively sized, they're huge, they're ginormous, and people could literally film a whole entire city in one of those stages. Like it's a really nice place over there. So it's like, man, to see just that, knowing that places like Paramount, Miramax, all them places are going to be coming here more. We've seen it with the Ninja Turtles movie, and what's the other one? The Silent Place, or can't remember the other one. Yeah. With all these films that are coming here now, it's only going to happen more.
Yeah.
Right.
It's only going to happen more. If people are returning already, they're doing it. One of my biggest quotes is, I don't care if somebody books me once. I care if somebody books me twice, because that means they enjoyed me being
That's
there.
Right.
Like, if they want me the first time, that's my test trial. But if they want me back, oh, that's everything to me. Now you won my heart. So if they're coming back to Buffalo, coming back, and they're doing business here, and business is good, then it's going to continue to happen, and it's going to be more opportunities for everybody.
Exactly.
Especially people that are already in it, the artists, the media people, everybody that's involved already. Like, if they're watching from the outside looking in, and they see us, they see a 716 Slide, they see the Joker, the most overlooked MC, they're going to be like, hold on, this dude's from New Mexico? This dude needs a cameo in this movie, because we're becoming living local legends in a sense. All of us, everybody that's in here. So it's like, when we look at it from 5 years, imagine who we're gonna be then, and we'll be in more demand. Yeah, all of us.
I like that. I like that. What about you, Mark Lee? What do you see? What do you envision, or what would you like to see as far as Buffalo taking off and actually putting a huge footprint in this music and entertainment business? Because it's more than music, like you were saying, DJ Apollo. It's entertainment business in general, all of it. What do you see? Or what is your vision for Buffalo? What would you like to see done? And I hope you're listening, Mayor Byron Brown, because this is the future. This is, put it in there, put it in the air that we're manifesting these things. So what are we manifesting tonight?
I always think it's important, coming from, especially where we come from, I think, to educate the people. I think we never fully had access to a lot of that stuff. Again, we're talking about beyond the music, right? Live your purpose. I mean, if you live your purpose, if you live what your calling is, you can't go wrong, regardless of what that may be. Now, obviously, we live in a city, I think, that is going to, in the next 5 years, that's going to blossom in so many different ways, though. And I think as long as you're up for the challenge and you actually have been consistent and you've been working, naturally things are going to happen and opportunities going to happen for you. Again, not just, I think filming is huge. Like, film is going to be, if you also, the thing is about this, if you've been paying attention, as I'm sure all of us have, the past like 6-7 years, alone, just 6-7 years, because we've actually invested into our downtown area, that change in itself has given up people, for example, like, we just had Dave Chappelle here. We had Kevin Hart just was here. We have our Kevin Hart's coming, and except for he was just here. He's coming again, and all these massive, the biggest artists, the biggest performers of the world are coming to Buffalo for the first time in a long time. Should already show you enough what the city's about, and why I'm glad that we are finally investing into the downtown area, and so that's going to come opportunity for a lot of people. So I think as artists like myself, or anybody that's a creator, to also understand, to learn as much as you can. You can do this full time. It's very attainable. Now you could, if you're an artist, why not go into film? Because as a performer, that's what we're naturally do anyways. We're performing. There's gonna be access to acting schools for free, access to singing lessons, access to all this stuff that we never had before. Take advantage of all that, because that's only going to benefit you as an individual. And don't worry about the next person either, because I'm telling you, when you are focused solely on your purpose, and investing into your future, and it's going to naturally rub off to the next person. You're naturally going to that law of attraction is real, you know. So I just think that we will be up for some amazing opportunity for Buffalo. I think that there's a beam of light on us, you know, and I think that's one thing that I noticed within the people and the culture, and just everywhere you go now, you know, we have a voice, you know, and that rubs off from maybe how New York, it trickled down from New York, the New York music to you know, fashion to Buffalo. We're like cousins in a sense. So now the cousin gets a chance to come up and do his thing, and that's where we are right now. So we got to recognize that, and to continue to educate ourselves, and to really be in these rooms, really be a consumer of it, because the best thing you can do is to be the walking example, but be around the people that are actually positioned, and that's how you learn. I'm gonna learn from everybody I'm exchanging with. I'm in rooms that I'm not the smartest person most of the time, and I love that. Like,
you don't want to be, right? Right?
Me to come, I'm good. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? I'll be feeling like I'm out of the loop. I'm like, I gotta take note, but it only makes you better with the right attitude, the right practice. You learn. You go and you go research it. Everything's on YouTube. I told him I'm struggling. I never, as an artist, I never knew how to engineer and master. I'm up to learn through. My friend has built this. We started this huge studio is all the way in the back, in the stage back there, and all this, right? We started in a living room like this. You can't tell me what growth is. Like, growth is there. You got to get up every morning and just want to seize opportunity. So Buffalo is going to be even in a space where it's going to be a lot of creators taking this outside of Buffalo and coming back home. Traveling and being away for a couple months and going on a tour for a month and then coming back home, and it's going to see a lot more of that flow, and it's going to spread even further. Our network's going to be crazy. People are going to want to come here to see what we have to offer, but I just want us to be aware, to continue to educate ourselves and to continue to learn from each other and to follow your purpose. Everyone has a different purpose. One more thing too is, as rappers, don't just be a rapper. Don't just be a rapper. You could if you have a vision, you could, and you learn the basic stuff of videography. That's a sense of income. If you learn marketing and your branding, if you have an image you want to display, learn how to display that. Your brand is important. Your clothing line is important. Let's build these businesses, and let's focus on the quality of the work. It's not about the money. It's about so that's why I want a closet full of all artists' stuff. I want a closet full of the Jokers, the Jose. I want my closet. That's my goal, is to have a local artists full of merchandise and hats and all that, because it's like, I don't have to go to Spence. Why would I go to Tommy Hilfiger and buy $60 of when this artist is putting his blood, sweat, and tears in the street hustling these items? And of course, I'd rather support my fellow brother that that's about this, about the future, about the culture, about and that's what it's about. Like, we can't continue to do the same things we did. We can't continue to do the same things we used to do to advance. And I know that more people are going to be pushed naturally to advance because of the pressure and what everyone else is doing, and you got a group of people that everyone's going to be able to, have their own team, squads of people, like how Griselda has their squad. You're going to have a team, of people that believe in you. You believe in yourself, you have a team that believes in you, you can't go wrong. So, let's make sure you surround yourself with positive people, like-minded people, and take it as far as you possibly can. Because Buffalo is the next city, to really
say that again.
On the pyramid.
Say that again.
We're here right now. We here.
Man. On the outside looking in, we number one on the pyramid. I'm gonna put you on some free game. This gonna happen in the next 5 years in Buffalo. Your downtown is the theater district, right? Okay, what do y'all know about the theater district? Do y'all know anything about the theater district in Buffalo?
As far as in what sense?
What the resources is there for?
In a sense,
elaborate on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna break it down.
What resources are you talking about?
He does a free game. Number one, before I get to the free game, one of my mentors told me that worked for Diddy. And I can't drop names on him. He don't want his name out here. But he said, you know how the thing they used to say back in the day, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book.
Yep.
Now, you want to hide something from an artist, put it in a podcast.
Oh,
that's what he said. People's not going to sit here and watch this whole podcast, and they finna lose this free game right now. I'm finna get right now.
Mm.
okay? Especially people in Buffalo. All right, so if people want to get this game, they got to go back to Think and Grow with Vette Green on the Even Rush Network to get this game. Okay.
Blessings, A.L. Williams, and my apologies to Joker. One moment. Thank you, everybody who is out there listening, who's rocking with and supporting Think and Grow with Vet Green, and rocking with and supporting the Evening Rush and the Joker and my bro Mike. He's supposed to be on here right now and he couldn't be on. Listen, the enemy was at it today with these
Yeah.
technical difficulties that we have, not
Yeah.
not the Evening Rush. It was mine and Big Mike having some technical issues. But I just want to thank you, everybody. Thank you, Al Williams. I think this is the first time I saw you in here. So thank you for tuning into another episode of Think and Grow with Vet Green. Make sure before you do anything, you hit that subscribe button and make sure you also download the Evening Rush app. I appreciate you.
No doubt.
Go
no
ahead,
doubt,
Joker.
no doubt.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm ready for this game. I'm ready for it.
If
Ready
you,
for the
if you
jet.
find something from an artist or a producer or actor that's coming up in the game, put it in a podcast because people underestimate these podcasts. And my fellow mentor told me that very clearly the other day because he said because number one is he said he watches my podcast. He said you be giving that free game that the industry and the machine hate me for doing that. But I'm gonna give y'all free game. I'm living here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque is the home base of Netflix. You know what I mean? The Netflix office is 20-minute drive from my house. It's a big old campus. I can go there anytime. I can know what's going on, and I have a connect and free game I'll give y'all. That theater district in Buffalo that Brian Brown put together for the last past 5 6 years, him being in office, is the network place for film. So anything that goes on in that theater district, I recommend you two guys right here or anybody that's watching that's in Buffalo is go down there. Any posters you see, anything you see, go to the theater district website. Anytime there's a festival going on, anything going on, don't go there. Don't worry about going there as an artist. Go there as a fan and network. And it could be a play going on. It could be a musical going on. Anything in that nature. Go there and you're gonna network with people from Hulu, Netflix, all in the music industry that come there to that theater district or any function to where you can get in where you fit in to get any soundtracks, get a part in a movie or extras. You go down there and mostly during the day, during like I think from like maybe 10 a.m. to like 2 p.m. All those buildings is open that you can just walk in, look at it, look at the scenery, look at everything, and there's a little bulletin board up in there. Each one of them have a bulletin board where they have numbers, information, where you want to get information to get your music played, get acting, your model, anything in that nature.
Wow.
Yeah,
See.
yeah, definitely. Do that,
Uh,
and you guys can
That's a,
definitely get
that's a
connected.
gem right
Everything
there.
is right there downtown in Buffalo. But everything's right there that people do not know about.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
so much
I mean, I was
gang, so much
thinking,
gang.
I got a lot of people that's affiliated down
Thank you.
there, but man, to know that, man, that's huge.
Yeah,
You never know who you're gonna meet, but you might as well be in those areas that, like, but we get comfortable with just the ones, the same old people. But I'm going over here. But no, if you want to really, expand and maybe increase your opportunity, because it only takes sometimes one time.
Yeah.
It only takes one time to be right for it to, for that to be the biggest move of your life, or the biggest relationship that you can have, that knot that ties, you from knowing the owner or whatever, So that's definitely a good game to give, man. Thank you.
everything's in front of your face, right downtown. You can go right down there, and you could just premium network. You'll see the bulletin board on every part of the theater, each building. Go to each one of them. Ask questions. They'll give you so much information of how to get and recognize a movie getting done here. They'll give you a website link. They'll give you the newspaper of all the things going on around surrounding areas, all across the state. Um, you know, and if it's something going on, buy a ticket. Go to a play, and meet some of the directors, meet some of the people behind the scenes, and go as a fan. And then until they ask you a question, what's your name? No, they call me. My name is Mark Lee. What do you do? They just opened the door. They done messed up.
And also, if you are listening, right, or even if you're watching a replay and there's things going on in your town, whether it's Buffalo, Rochester, outside of Buffalo, hit us up. Hit me up. You can hit me up at vetgreen76@gmail.com. We may pop up. We may pop up at the event, or we may ask you to be a guest on one of the shows. There's so many shows that we're involved in. We have Think and Grow with Vette Green. I have on Sundays Slow Jamming and Conversations with Vette Green. The Joker has his show that's going to be starting up on the 14th. And if you look at the roster of the Evening Rush, I mean, there's so so much opportunity out there. You know, there's so much opportunity. So yeah, make sure you hit us up because we want to be in the know, especially at 716 Live. We are building this to be the number one place to be, the number one media brand in Buffalo. And we need your support. We need the listeners' support. And if you really want your story told, make sure you hit me up at 716 Live. We're going to be ending this. And thank you again, Alan, for joining us. I didn't know you were a part of the Evening Rush family. It is an amazing roster. I see what Don is doing over here at the Evening Rush, and I am just appreciative for being here. I'm appreciative to my bro Big Mike for believing in me. Man, when I tell you this man believed in me so much, I can't wrap he was the first one outside of, you know, the producers that believed in what I was doing, which I'm very appreciative of Big Mike. Just, you know, sometimes you need that. You need people to believe in you so that you can begin to believe in you and see the vision that they see. It's so easy for us to see other people, but it's harder for us to see ourselves in that light. So I don't want to keep Don too long. I just want everyone I always ask the guests to leave a little nugget or something for someone that may be watching. It may be an artist or just experience. You both said so much. One of my favorite words, and I believe I don't know if it was you that said it, DJ Apollo. I don't know. It may have been you, Martley, but expansion, because that's what we're doing as we're growing. We're expanding our awareness. We're expanding our minds. And that's something that we should not stop ever doing, is expanding. So if you want to just leave our guests with a little nugget, just some advice, something, it doesn't have to be a whole paragraph, just a little something that maybe you would have liked to hear a few years ago when you were starting out.
You want to go first for this one?
All right, I'll go first. Let's see. Man. I think I'm gonna spin the block on the word execution. To really honestly just believe in yourself enough to execute it, no matter what any person around you may think, may feel, whatever. You know your purpose in your heart. You know if you're doing the right thing, the wrong thing. And if you feel like, even if it feels nervous, if you're going into something nervous, because I'm a DJ, it's been every show I go to, I'm nervous as hell before I go on it. But like to move forward through fear, if you know at the end of the tunnel it's something that's going to be positive for you in the future, go for it. Don't be scared, because even if you're scared, you're supposed to be. That's you leveling up in a sense. Conquering that.
Move forward in fear. I'm taking that. I received that. What about you, Mark?
I would say something that resembles that, to not be afraid of failure, I mean, you're going to slip up a lot, but the thing about this is to, have a good mindset, have a good attitude, is to learn from everything, and to learn things. And sometimes you got to digest it. Sometimes it's going to come naturally. Sometimes it's going to take a little more work, but to trust your process is important, because, I think this world is telling us that we got to move at a fast pace, right? Oh, we got to outdo this. We got to come up with this song. We got to come up. But at the end of the day, if it's not the right timing for it, why? And I think that we want to look good and we want to live this lifestyle, but if it's not for our purpose, why? I think we have to go through we got to take chances on ourselves. We got to invest in ourselves. You got to, fall. You got to fail. That's the only way you're gonna learn. In every way. I'm talking about, and it's not just with the music, but in life. And have a good balanced lifestyle. Have a good balanced lifestyle is important. Not only are you gonna be educating people, but you're gonna be learning. Not only are you gonna be, in a room where you're gonna be like, you might be the person that's given, but be in a room where you just absorbing the information and taking notes. You got to be around all of this to make it really happen the way we see ourselves, in the next 5, 10, 20 years, whatever. Set goals, checklist, knock them joints out, execute. Don't be afraid to fail. Spread your wings. So I know it's a lot.
That was just enough. That was just enough. You both are so awesome. Go ahead.
One more quick
DJ
thing. Right now, available, the Got Sauce hoodies are out. And this is also this is Genesis hoodie right here. It's got a little stuff in the back too. These hoodies, hit up him. This is to support his trip to better health. So we definitely want to give love and shout out to Genesis out there, amazing artists in the town. And definitely get them Got Sauce hoodies because Sauce is out now on all platforms.
That's right.
So we gotta, gotta show love and still do that too.
Right.
One of my most favorite things to hear is support, entrepreneurial support from each other. When I hear others supporting others, I think that's so awesome. And big shout out to you too, Elise Renee. Hola, baby. Thank you for always checking in with your mama. I appreciate you so much. That's my baby right there. What about you, the Joker? What nugget would you like to, or what gem are you leaving them with today?
Yeah, I got a lot of those.
Yeah.
One thing I'm going to say that my main slogan for 2023 for indie artists: stop promotion and start marketing. Two different things. Let the labels do the promotion. Please do marketing, because that's where you will get your money in your sleep. And it's a difference between promotion and marketing. And if you want to know that, you can get a hold of me. I got the class going for $85, and also will be your marketing manager coach for you for a year for free when you take the class, so I can help you market, so I can help you get that first house, get your first Bentley, get your first $1 million house in 6 years.
I'm receiving.
I like that.
Let's smile.
I'm that guy.
He's got 1 million streams already in 1 month. He's getting his plaque from learning marketing from me. So
that's what's up.
That's what's
up. Well, I am taking, which I am a firm believer, and is teamwork makes the dream work. Without a team, you may as well just be standing there naked with nothing on and hoping that something happens. With the team, that team can tell you, hon, you know you don't got no pants on, right? You know you could have wore a jacket, right? Teamwork makes the dream work, and never, ever, ever stop dreaming. We are truly manifesting what it is that's already laid out for us. We are manifesting it so that we can just go and grab it. And I'm looking forward to having the other teammates from the 1,000 Mile Tour on Think and Grow with Vette Green right here on the Evening Rush Network. We're going to be back April 25th with the rest of the team. And there's a lot of them. So make sure you tune in and let everybody know where they can stream your music. Or is there like one central place that they can get music from the 1,000 Mile Tour? No. Not yet. We'll say not yet.
You know what? You know what? You might have just did something there.
Listen, we got the Joker on it. Help y'all market that thing.
That's the number one thing. Spotify, number one baby in the world. If you ain't on Spotify popping, all the rest of your platforms is dead.
Oof. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be waiting for that 1,000 Mile Tour playlist.
Yes, we will. We'll definitely have that. We'll have that set up for you on the 25th for sure.
Oh yeah. And big shout out to Big Mike. I know technology was against us today, but I appreciate you, Big Mike. Thank you so much for believing in this dream And shout out to Don back there from the Evening Rush. I appreciate you so much, bro. And thank you again, Joker, for rocking with me, continuing to rock with me. And DJ Apollo and Mark Lee, we will be seeing you on
Appreciate
the
you guys.
25th.
Quick flip. Let's cheese for him real quick. Let him know.
Here we go.
I'm doing it the wrong way. Hold on. I had it the right way the first time. Hold on. How does it work? You gotta get in this. Wait, what am I doing? Here we go. Here we go. I'm trying to get in this spot. Something for him. Thanks a lot, guys.
There we go.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Right here. One more. Here we go. Yeah. Perfect.
Buffalo.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Guys. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night.